And U.S. President Donald Trump has expressed a rare public frustration with Russian President Vladimir Putin, saying he's not happy with the deadly strike that took place in Kyiv that killed at least 12 people overnight. Now, Trump has gone on to say it was absolutely unnecessary, urged Putin to stop, saying that the timing was very bad. He also went on to say that 5,000 soldiers are dying every week. Let's get the peace deal done. That is the message that he put out, while, not really talking about any kind of action that would be taken against Putin. So this really comes at a time when Trump went on to say that it seems like Russia is ready for a peace deal with Ukraine. But the strikes mark the deadliest assault on the Ukraine capital, we're talking about Kyiv, in months, and has also come amid growing pressure on Ukraine to accept land concessions in a potential peace deal. To know more on this, let's just get in our guest who's joining us this morning, Robert Moran. Thank you so much for speaking with us on NDTV. Well, Trump's message to Putin comes a day after the American president said he believed Russia is ready for a peace deal with Ukraine, but has asked Putin to stop, which really wasn't on expected lines, given the fact how the meeting with Zelensky went, and of course, the siding of Trump that was seen with the Russian side. And now, of course, putting out this message, really putting it out in loud and clear terms that 5,000 soldiers are dying every week and asking Putin to stop. What does this really mean?
So what's happening here is that the Trump administration wants to pivot the American military towards a much stronger posture in Asia relative to China. They want to wind down this war in Ukraine, and the president ran on ending the war in Ukraine. The problem that the president has, and he's in a tough spot, is that Putin wants to push as much as he can on the battlefield to get the strongest concessions possible for a final deal. The challenge here is that at some level, the Americans probably needed to escalate in order to get Putin to the table to an advantageous deal. They have not done that, and so now they're in this awkward position of telling him to stop, but it's not necessarily in Putin's best interest to stop, because he wants to try to gain as much ground, as much leverage as possible in negotiations. And this has always been the challenge in terms of trying to end the war, which is, in order to get the Russians to the table, you have to essentially, the West needs to escalate and make it as painful as possible. And Trump tried to get a deal by coaxing Putin into the process, but Putin understands one thing. He understands power. And so that's where we are right now.